Okay, this is my storyslam project, and it's called When the Final Score Didn't Matter. For weeks leading up to the biggest game of my life, my entire world seemed too narrowed down to nothing but practice, focus, and pressure. I woke up thinking about basketball, spent the days obsessing over plays, and went to sleep dreaming of hitting the perfect shot and chasing that moment. I stopped noticing the people around me, my family asking if I wanted to hang out, my friends wondering why I disappeared. I kept telling them that they would understand once we made it to the finals, and that I had to stay locked in. On the day of the semifinals, I was in the gym getting my last few shots, trying to calm my nerves before heading out, when my phone rang. I almost ignored it, thinking nothing should interrupt my routine, but when I saw who was calling, something made me pick up. The words hit me like a punch. My dad had fallen off an electric scooter and was on his way to the hospital. Everything inside me stopped. Suddenly, basketball didn't matter, only he did. I raced out of the gym, ran to my car, and I raced to the hospital. Heart pounding, mind spinning with fear, and instead of being on the court with my team, I sat in the waiting room watching the game on my phone, trying to pay attention but barely seeing the screen. When the final minutes dragged on into the game was close, and my team ended up pulling out the win, and the finals was tomorrow. When we were waiting for updates on my dad, each one heavier than the last, the next day my dad went in for more tests, and when the doctor said he had a brain bleed, it felt like the air was sucked out of the room. Then came the words I desperately needed. The bleeding had stopped, and he was going to be okay. Relief hit me so hard I didn't realize I was crying until the tears reached my hands. The following day, I was discharged, sore and shaken, but alive and safe. I was cleared to play in the final game. Walking to the gym without him was harder than any opponent I'd ever faced. He had never missed a game. He was always the one in the stands, ready with advice like don't rush your shot or stay focused. Without hearing his voice, I felt a strange emptiness, but I also felt every lesson he'd ever taught me, from when I was a child till now. So when the game began, I played not just for myself or for a championship spot, but for my dad, for the man who had shown up for me every single time, even though he had to watch this one from home. And in that moment, I realized how much I had changed. At the start of all this, I thought success meant shutting everyone out and grinding alone. I believed that focus meant forgetting everything else, including the people who cared about me most. And if I forgot about them and got the job done, they would all forgive me and realize why I actually had to lock in. But sitting in the hospital, watching my dad fight through something far bigger than basketball, I learned what really matters. I learned that family isn't a distraction. It's the reason behind everything. I learned that people I love are more important than any scoreboard, any trophy, or any game. By the end of it all, I wasn't just a better player, I was a better person. Someone who understands balance, gratitude, and what it truly means to show up for the people who show up for you. When going through this moment, it helped me prepare me for the future, as you can never truly know when and what will happen in your life. You will never stop. You will never know when you have to stop everything in your life and focus on that one thing that pops up out of nowhere. Always remember that you have friends and family that you will have on your side at all times, that you can ask for help when you need it most. It is never good to try and go through stuff like this by yourself, and it's always good to ask for help when you need it most. Thanks for listening.